boys feel like I know they should. So how here, lads, we are smiling faces. Newcastle are going places. We've been down for many seasons. Cheer up, lads, we've got good reason. Come on, Kev, it's up to you. The wave goodbye, Division 2. I'm a Geordie, I'm a Geordie. Pull up, pull up. I'm a Geordie, I'm a Geordie. Pull up, pull up. I'm a magpie, I'm a magpie. Pull up, pull up. Hey, Geordie, I'm a Geordie. Pull up, pull up. So look out, huddle, we've got waddle. Hill takes spares on its one big battle. And new boy Peter runs like a cheetah. PhD's gonna be a world beater. And Terry Mack, welcome back. We still love old Super Mac, but Keegan is king, gonna do his thing, gonna take us up, gonna make us sing. I'm a Geordie, I'm a Geordie. Pull up, pull up. I'm a Geordie, I'm a Geordie. Pull up, pull up. I'm a magpie, I'm a magpie. Pull up, pull up. Hey, Geordie, I'm a Geordie. Pull up, pull up. I'm a Geordie, I'm a Geordie. Pull up, pull up. I'm a Geordie, I'm a Geordie. Celebration, this is it, the big occasion. Getting back where we belong, straight into Division 1. Sorry, Sunderland, for what it's worth, but Arthur's boys are cocker than all. I'm a Geordie, I'm a Geordie. Pull up, pull up. I'm a Geordie, I'm a Geordie. Pull up, pull up. I'm a magpie, I'm a magpie. Pull up, pull up. Hey, Geordie, I'm a Geordie. Pull up, pull up. Look, I'm a Geordie.
NUFC Undisputed
with Christy American Mad and Derek the Mighty Win. NUFC Talk Radio, the voice of the Toon Army.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. Good morning, one and all. Welcome to NUFC Talk. We are live. It is 11 in the morning, Monday in the UK. We are live, folks. How way the lads? How are you? Good morning, Mighty Win.
Indeed, yes.
Good morning, Win.
Good morning. 10 points out of 12. That'll do for me. Thank you very much.
10 points out of 12. So there you go. It's something to celebrate. How we did it is something to look at. It's something to analyze. But I guess we've done that out of a bad season. But it is a good morning indeed. And there you go. How are you, folks? Smash the like button. The UFC comparison was earlier on before us. Shout out to the lads there. Simon, Hutch, and Jamie. Thank you to Super Chats from Warren and that show. Bruno and Smiley. Both practice corners all week. I'm assuming Miley he's saying. And also he said, why does Hutch look like Ollie Murs with lipstick? There you go. So thank you to Waza for those Super Chats on those. We'll definitely hand those to those lads. So there you go. Don't forget to subscribe, smash the like button, become a member if you can, and enjoy the content. Smash the like button, it's free. But you can super chat your way and highlight your comment, put your comment in front of everyone else's. So please do so right now. We are live, folks, and you can call us now. Have your say. 0191-916-8864. Have your say about the current situation. A win is a win, says many. So they're not bothered about how we did it.
Surprisingly.
Yeah. Well, there's a question mark there, by the way. Asking the fans, is a win a win? Can we look at a win and say, you know, it doesn't matter how you did it. You can score, you can own goal, you can blast somebody in the head and hit the goalkeeper with the stick in the head, knock him out, and then you score. You know, it's a win, literally. We'll take a win. We'll take the 3 points. But is anything allowed? Can we play absolutely rubbish and fans all of a sudden will tell their brain, overlook everything you saw, a win is a win? Can we tell those Newcastle fans in the stadium to get that look away from their head when they look knackered, cross arms, they were looking at the game that they were looking at? Can we just tell them, ignore everything you saw and just be happy? Can we tell them to do that? Well, the human body, the human brain works one way. You know, you see something you don't like and it just immediately tells your face, your mouth, your eyes, your nose, everything how to react. Is natural. It's a natural way of being. So can you tell them just forget about that? You're not seeing what you're seeing. You should be happy. How do we do that? How do we tell the body and the brain to oversee what they're actually seeing? How do we do that?
You can't tell anybody you should be happy. That's an impossibility. You know, you've got to feel happy to be happy. Somebody can't order you, be happy immediately, and all of a sudden you're happy. Just, as you say, human brain does not work like that. But at the end of the day, when that whistle went on 90 minutes, I think there was 52,000 happy people.
Yeah, well, of course there would be, but the win, especially how it ended, because we could have totally bottled it at the end.
Yeah.
So, because the ending was going to be devastating if it went the other way, which it had the opportunity to, and even Eddie Howe's expressions. I mean, he was done. He was done. He knew. I think he knew I think he knew he was sacked. Shut
up, man. Sacked.
Look at his expressions, man. Well, you got to just look at him at the end of the game.
He wasn't happy with the way things had panned out. We got beat 1-0 in a half of football by 10 men who are bottom of the league.
Right. So now that we got into that situation, you know, Eddie Howe said he wasn't happy at all. But when fans say they're not happy at all and they look at this and criticize and call it out, you have an issue with that. So I don't understand what the difference. Also something interesting that came up over the weekend with this loss, something that always comes up after we lose or after we look dodgy.
I was going to say, by the way, we didn't lose.
Yeah, but look at the common denominator. When we lose or when we look dodgy, this always comes up, always, which is the atmosphere. We had never, I've never seen on social media, not on a match reaction, we have never brought this up ever when we win. And we look, when we properly win, obviously, and when we look convincing. Never. And I'm here to be put to task if you want to bring...
What is it that we never bring up?
If you want to bring up the proof about the atmosphere. Never. Everybody always comes up and talks about the atmosphere when we lose or when we play really bad. That's the common denominator. I'm here, the American mag, with my sword, my shield, and my armor to defend Newcastle United fans. Not from here, not from there, not from anywhere, but from everywhere. I'm here to defend all Newcastle fans of all colors, heights, everyone. Because it's not about atmosphere. It's not about, yelling and shouting. It's not about singing. It's not about none of that nonsense. It's about playing good. The atmosphere was on and off always since I've been a Newcastle fan. Always known to have atmosphere. Atmosphere is not the problem. But it's always been on and off. During the Mike Ashley era, it's been on and off. It's not a new thing. As a matter of fact, as we know, a lot of people gave up their tickets. A lot of people stopped showing up. A lot of people, Mike Ashley had to make tickets, £1 a ticket, more or less, exaggerating. So, because nobody wanted the tickets.
Man, not exaggerating. You gave them away for free.
Exactly. There were bold spots everywhere at St. James's Park. Does that mean that St. James's Park has lost its mojo? There's no atmosphere anymore? No. When Newcastle fans show up, when they're motivated, a lot of times they have to motivate themselves. during these last 20 years, and maybe more, but I can't really speak on that because obviously I wasn't a fan. But Mighty Win, you can speak on that. Fans need to be motivated. Now, when it comes to Newcastle fans at their peak and everybody else at their peak, Newcastle fans are by far the greatest of all. So that's why we have the atmosphere we got. That's the type of fans we got. But it's not because we've never been quiet, or it's not because we always, no. Right now, the team is not giving the fans something to cheer about. They're not. And so it's not about an atmosphere problem. This always comes up. And I've seen it on social media, and of course I've had a few conversations there when they're talking about, we got to do something about the atmosphere, man. It is dross. How about we look at what's happening on the pitch? That's dross. Therefore, it's a reflection of what's going on. Basically, the fans are a reflection of what's going on the pitch. You can't tell your brain it was a boring game.
Well, what I was saying, it's not only a points game, but it's also entertainment.
Well, there you go.
It is. You're dead right, was I? Except that the points are more important than the entertainment. Give me 38 games of drab, unimaginative 2-1 wins like we had yesterday. I will take that all day long.
Yeah, anybody would take that.
It's a fallacy. It's a fallacy that's spouted regularly in the media that Newcastle fans would rather get beat 4-3 in an entertaining game of football than win 1-0 in a kick-along.
I've never heard that.
That's regularly spouted on the national media by all the. I've never
heard that in the media. I've never heard that in the media at all. I must have been when Keegan was on, but I've never heard it.
With your ears shut.
I've never heard that in the media at all when talking about Newcastle United. Yeah, if you're talking about whether we would take that or not, yeah, of course. But that's not what team have you seen that plays draws and wins every game? What? You'll never come up with one. You'll never come up with one.
Plays draws and wins every game. Well, obviously you won't, because if they're playing a draw, they're not winning.
That plays draws.
Oh,
what
draws.
What team plays bad and wins the Champions League and in their league? What? None. Because it's simply not sustainable. It's simply not sustainable. Let me go with True Geordie. True Geordie, he's a Newcastle fan. But he's controversial and everything. I highlighted his take, so now that I got it here, I'm gonna read it. He said Newcastle went 2-0 up against 10 men, Burnley at halftime, and genuinely are lucky to have gotten away with a point. WTF. Burnley got one back and should have equalized in the dying seconds. Once again, all of the ball, or we do FO. Same as Spurs. Our 2 goals weren't even from open play. We just aren't creative. Voltemata goes off after 73 minutes with only one chance created for him against a bottom 3 side with 10 men. How is Eddie not addressing these wingers and midfielders, falling to pick him out? Shocking. They genuinely don't even look for Big Nick. That's so true, by the way. He might as well F off to Bayern with these clowns providing for him. Every pass is either sloppy, slow, or predictable. Nobody seems to have the brains to make the incisive pass. Massive lack of technical ability and creativity. Either sorted in January or forget doing anything this season. This win papered over the cracks. And I couldn't agree more with True Geordie, born in Newcastle, and a proper Geordie. So I couldn't agree more. It's just simply not sustainable. And Wolfie telling me I need to enjoy the game. Listen, I am delighted inside for the 3 points because we devastated it. We needed it so much. But it doesn't give me hope moving forward. I told you at the game, man. I was looking at myself. I had to pause for a second and go to the bathroom here, look at myself in the mirror, and thought maybe I'm losing it because I maybe it should have felt that way before, but this time for some reason I don't know how I felt so depleted, bored, I wanted to fall asleep. I yawned twice, and I caught myself because I'm like, how can you yawn on live camera? Watching a game that we were winning. So that's just me. But fans that I saw on TV, fans that I see on social media, what do they tell their face and their brain when they're looking at something that like that on the pitch? And you're winning 2-0. It can't, all of them can't be wrong about what they're seeing and they're reacting to live. So, can you explain to me, Win? How, again, how should I feel?
Well, for a start, you should feel happy that we've got 3 points.
Yeah, we established that.
And the negativity which is overtaking that happiness should be curtailed.
But it's clearly that you can't be happy 100% or joyous when you know.
Is anybody happy? Is anybody happy 100%? No, I'm not happy 100%.
Yeah, but you come on here and you shout at us, telling us that we need to be happy. Smile, man, blah 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 blah. It's a human reaction. You can't. We can't.
Yeah. Well, all I'm saying is, ask any Sunderland fan, and they'll say they've had a fantastic season. You know,
right.
Whoa, bam, bam.
But
bam,
why we got to
bam.
talk about Sunderland though?
Bring on the mags. Bring on the mags. Right. But
why we got to talk about Sunderland?
We are having this terrible season that everybody keeps on talking about. All the bedwetters keep on talking about it.
Okay, say again.
We'll go to the stadium of you know where and beat them, and all of a sudden we're above them. And they are having this fantastic season. And by the way, they outspent us in the summer.
No, they didn't.
So all this nonsense about, you've spent da-di.
But here, again, I think it's a coping mechanism that you have. I think I'm starting to understand that now. I think it's something that automatically being, you're getting up there in age. So, well, you're already up there in age, to be honest. But so I think it's you in particular I'm talking about, not nobody else. You have a coping mechanism that you're like a possum. You're like a possum. I don't know if you got possums over there, but here in America we got them all the time. Over here. A possum, when he sees danger, he's a bit of a wanga. So he just rolls over and plays dead. And that's a coping mechanism. That's a defensive mechanism. So when he sees danger, he just, he flops over, he plays dead, and the predator sees around, this is a dead, he's dead. I'm still going to eat him anyway. Boom. Mechanism didn't work. So regardless, it's a coping mechanism. So when you see danger, you just say, we're going to win the next game. So now you're talking about the Mackhams, and your coping mechanism tells you that you already won the game against the Mackhams, which is incredible. He doesn't want to talk about what's happening. He wants to talk about he's already won the Champions League. He's already beat the Mackhams. So therefore, everything is hunky-dory before anything happens. So it's interesting, your coping mechanism, but it hasn't happened yet.
Well, let's talk about Brian. Let's talk about True Geordie and what he said. Could have, should have lost 2 points, and it could have, should have. Well, should have.
The true is
beaten
when
Marseille, we could have, should have.
No, but this isn't speculating.
Arsenal, we could have, should have beaten Liverpool, or at least got a draw with Liverpool, with us having 10 men against the reigning champions.
The thing is, though,
could have, should have, as everybody keeps pointing out to me, doesn't count. It's what actually happens that counts. And what actually happened was that we didn't concede the goal. We didn't drop 2 points. We got 3 points and we moved up the table yet again.
Again, I think that what you are forgetting to realize is that that's not something that
you're saying
think
it's not sustainable, and yet it's being sustained.
And it's not anything to be proud of, to be honest, about how we played bad and then came back. That's something that happened that's good, but we don't need to do that every season. That's not the way. And by the way, we like a hamster. We run 100 miles per hour, but we ain't going nowhere. So there's no improvement, no sustainability or anything like that.
That's one of my complaints right now. We ain't running like a hamster like we used to. And this is all down potentially to Eddie being told we can't sustain. You're saying bad form can't be sustained, but what we are being told is that the team cannot sustain 90 minutes higher. And isn't it interesting that all of these goals and scares and stuff are happening late in the game? Is this because we're running out of steam? Is this because we've stopped training as intensely as we used to? I don't think it's going to... In order to lighten the injury load?
Folks, call us now and let us know what you think. A win is a win. Should we just be robots and as long as we see W, act as such? Call us now, 0191-916-8864. To me, it's cheap, Mighty Win, that every time we lose or we play like this, we go about the fans. And people go about, atmosphere's dead. It's a library. We need to bring, level 7, I think it was once upon a time. Level 7. I think that's isn't that what Tim and Peter used to do? Isn't that what it is? Anyway, level 7. Should we bring level 7 on the strawberry corner or should we go do this? Why do we go with fans? I'm here to defend Newcastle United fans from all sorts. And I'm not going to let that slide as long as I'm in a panel. Why are we going at fans? Why are we criticizing them? Because that's what it is. We lose, we play bad. Oh, atmosphere's gone. We need to replace this one, Gus.
As you rightly said, fans react to what's going on the pitch. And if what's going on the pitch is good, trust me, the fans will be good. But when what's going on the pitch is not good, then that react. What Newcastle fans in particular have been brilliant at over the years, over the decades, has been because 9 times out of 10 we've been in situations where, we're drossing, we know we are, and the fans
show up, of course,
and the fans then just out of sheer, I don't know what the word would be, brazenness or retaliation, come back and say, well, the team might be crap, but we're going to be the best, and historically have been.
And that's why I think you made a point earlier about the media saying that you said that we would rather get, I don't know, lose points or what did you say?
I cannot believe you've never heard anybody say that.
No, I've heard of the media. Listen, I've heard of the media say that we're based more or less numpties. That no matter what happens on the pitch, we're happy clapping like idiots. That I've heard of that, more or less, but not say that we'd rather play bad and play bad and win or win.
They would rather play. Newcastle fans would rather see entertaining football and get beat 4-3. Than play dross and win 1-0. I
heard of that or echoes of that in the Keegan era.
It's absolutely everybody knows it. It's a widely.
I've heard of that in the Keegan times in the 90s.
That's right.
Because that was the mojo.
That was when it came to the fall.
What I've always heard, it was that got to a parody at times, is that Newcastle fans will go there and give the atmosphere and clap and cheer and shout and roar, and no matter if the team was good or bad, which in a sense is a good thing. However, when it becomes a parody, is that we'll just put whatever on the pitch, like Mike Ashley style, and these numpties will come in here and clap anyway. They're not bothered. So that's what I've heard for many years. Iris says, Winman, are you the funeral director? St. James's Park was like a funeral against Burnley. That's because the fans were praying the team didn't die again. Because they literally, they could see it. You talk about speculation with True Geordie's takes and my take, and you're talking about speculation. No, that's something that literally could have happened on the pitch. Literally, we saw it there. It just didn't by the grace of whoever. So it's not the same as assuming we're going to beat the Magnums. It's not. Eddie Howe, at the end of the day, he almost lost his life. He saw his life flash in his very eyes as that ball was coming in, and nobody was defending it at the end. Nobody was there present, and they were 10 men, by the way, Burnley. So it's not the same, man. We keep going at the fans. It's as if they are the problem. And you acknowledge that we got to give the fans something to cheer about, something to be happy about. Sometimes they will show up and clap no matter what and roar no matter what. But this is a combination of games where these fans saw the last play and they thought, this is it.
By the way, who's going at the fans?
Wayne, come on, man. Don't be naive, man. I know you get off the show and you go to the club and you have your pints and you play dominoes, man. But, it's going around. It's going around. Even to the point where the NUFC supporters trust came out and said something like this. I want to look it up right now. They also came out and talked about this and said something. I will look it up because I do remember. Oh, there we go. There we go. Right here. NUFC, Newcastle United Supporters Club. St. James's Park will be our home for the years to come, end quote. It's time to reopen conversations around introducing a sinking section and expanding the safe standing sections. Right after this performance against Burnley. And everybody commenting on the bottom, bring back level 7. That's the one I was mentioning earlier. Bring back, all of these options all of a sudden because of why, more or less, we think that's the problem.
I do not believe that those comments have been made now because of the Burnley result. They've been made because of Hutchinson's comments on Monday about St. James's Park.
And really, and that happens right after the Burnley game. Come on, man.
It did happen after the Burnley game.
You cannot be that naive. Man.
Where were the comments made? Oh, in the program before the Burnley game.
What? Come on, Win.
The comments you're on about, where were they made? In the program before the game kicked off. It was responding to Hutchinson's Monday statement about being at St. James's Park beyond 2030.
Okay, well, you choose to believe that.
Toon for real became a member. Thank you, Toon.
Thank you, Toon for us. Appreciate it. We got a caller here, Warren Denning, calling us from Newcastle. Warren, good morning. How are
you? Morning.
Morning.
How's it going, mate?
Not so bad. Nice sunny day. How are you?
Yeah. So
I'm outside with my tinnies, my sunglasses on. Lovely it is.
lovely, mate. Appreciate that. And so I guess the Burnley performance, we almost lost it because the fans were sitting on their bums and they weren't cheering. So we need to fix that, don't we?
You've just hit the nail on the head there, Chris, because it's getting feet off bums. That's what we need. And unfortunately, it is an entertainment business. And I'm sorry, but I think in spells, like putting passes together, no good for me. It's boring.
So
I'd like to see a hell of a lot more. If Walter Mortar is causing a problem because we can't we can't do the press, then it's taking everything away from what we were. So it would have to radically change in that case. That means like really shuffling the team around. So I can see the difficulty in that. You don't change the team around just for one player.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm happy that you chose to talk about the players and not the rubbish excuse that some fans came up with about the atmosphere after the Burnley game, so coincidentally. And now some naive fans like Wayne decide to say that
if you went to the movies and watched the film and it was crap, would you go back and watch it?
Right. Well, I mean,
would you go back and watch it again? No, you wouldn't, would you?
Newcastle fans will go back and watch it. Trust me. However, I agree.
No, but I'm talking in principle, though.
Yeah. No,
it isn't entertainment. You're paying good money. You want to see, everything on the pitch. It's been so disjointed.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree with you. I think that's talking about the fans coming at the fans. It's so stupid and pointless. Instead of blaming who needs to be blamed, which is players and coaches for again. I agree with you. Voltemata is not the problem actually. So maybe I do disagree with you, but I agree that if we, you know,
well, you disagree against me, and you also disagree against Shearer. So
yeah, well, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Shearer thinks that it's an indifference in the team.
Yeah, but now you're
he's lost, man. He's lost in the middle of the pitch.
Now you got, mate. We didn't create. He's a center forward. We did create for him. That's what we need to do as a team. We did create for him, and he needs to. Now, if we create 10 times in the game for him, and he doesn't even close once, then he is the problem. But we don't even do that. We don't create for him. So Shearer can say that. You can say that. That's fine. But at the end of the day, no matter who you got there, Wissa was there for 20 minutes. We didn't create for him once. Yeah,
but with the difference for Wissa is he didn't create a goal.
No, we didn't.
We did, because he should have passed.
You need to, you know what I mean?
We had two big chances
in front of him, which is exactly what Isak was. Now, Isak, when he went to beating Liverpool, you see how lost he is and all, because he hasn't got Murphy. Because he wants things on the plate all the time. We missed a chance with Ekitike.
So,
if one had just got rid of Isak early.
How's Ekitike doing?
Ekitike in, he would have been ideal for Newcastle.
Oh, it would have been.
And we missed Donnarumma as well, because I reckon we would have won the league if what.
How is Ekitike doing? I want to know how's Ekitike doing. How many goals does Ekitike have compared to Voltemata? Can we do that? Can we find? Can we find that stat? Can we? In how many chances?
He's in and out.
No.
He's in and out with Isak now, isn't he?
How many chances have been created for Ekitike compared to Voltemata? And you'll be surprised. You'll be kind of surprised, Mr. Warren Denning. You'll be kind of surprised. You know what I mean? Because it's easy to blame.
Surprise me. I mean, I'm just venting. I'm not even agreeing with Win. I'm just saying I expect entertainment, right? And points. Is that too greedy? Because if we're going to be a top team in Europe, then that's what you expect.
Well, listen,
that's what Barcelona expects. If Real Madrid were watching that every week, I bet you a fiver they'd be hell on.
Of course, and I agree with you 100%. Now, if you are a fan that expects to play amazing and win every game, then you are knackered. But yeah, I do agree. You can't. You know, that's usually what any fan should expect. You can't go the opposite way either and say
you win games with good football.
We have great atmosphere. You can't go to that extreme and say that we can play draws every game and all of a sudden the atmosphere is going to maintain. That's true. That's
exactly what I'm saying. The entertainment that drives the crowd, because obviously if you're flying forward like the style of football that we had, then it gets booms off seats. You know, because you're forever like whoa, because it's continuous. Now they're stuttering around, passing on the back, and they're just prattling about. There's no intent.
It's interesting coming here from Gavin Full. He must have been watching some Liverpool games. It's funny how we say we can't press with Voltemata, but Liverpool fans say they can't press with Isak either. You see, it's not about saying that, for example, Isak's gone there, and Liverpool fans are whinging about Isak, how they wasted 130 million and how they can't perform, how they can't. He's not good enough when their whole team is rubbish. Their whole team is rubbish.
In that case, it's the wingers. It's the wingers.
In our particular case, it's our team that's the problem, not Voltemata. It's our team that's the problem, not Voltemata. And that's the thing. We keep on whinging about Voltemata.
Our team's problem, which has been all season, is the wingers. Simple.
There you go. Ain't got nothing to do with the center forward. And by the way, Slot, I think is the most. I think the UK jails people for less. They should go to Slot's house and arrest him on the spot for implying comparing Mohamed Salah to Jacob Murphy. However, just to take that point, saying I'm not 100%, I'm 99% not agreeing with that comparison, which he did compare. He didn't say that literally, but when we can read between the lines, just like you try to throw
You,
in dodgy
you
stats.
love reading between the lines and putting thoughts and words in people's mouths.
Because Slot wasn't going to say, because he's scared. He's scared just like you. He don't want to say what he really wants to say. Murphy, taking that thought, obviously Mohamed Salah is much. Murphy doesn't even get close to lacing Salah's shoes. However, if that's what they need and that's what we need, how come Murphy doesn't play most times? If we need those crosses in for Walter Mata, we know it worked before already this season. Why doesn't he play most times?
I think that's been the crux of everything, there, isn't it? We'll try to identify that, but we cannot.
As somebody,
and we're all disappointed with certain aspects of the game, and there's always something letting we're down, isn't it? You know. So
the other thing, though,
if it comes together, that's great. But until then, we're going to be sort of like, you know, it's going to be a bit of a downer, isn't it?
Go on, Win.
The other thing is we had 3 games in a week and then 4 games in 10 days. And if you picked any one of those 4 fixtures for the easiest fixture, it would be Burnley at home. So to rotate the squad, would change the squad on Saturday.
I agree with you.
You know, and so despite depleting the team, the first 11 considerably, in my opinion, obviously in the first instance with not starting Toon Army, you know, you're instantly weakening the team. Although we were winning when he came on and conceded a goal when he came, when he did. But you know, that was the game, to rotate the rest, to change. And then we've got Leverkusen, massive game. Again, that this goes back to I was the lone voice on the channel the week before Marseille, when I'm saying Marseille is more important than Everton. Everybody was saying Everton was the most important.
Right, well, no, mate. I was right behind you that time, because I said I'd have to get the job done, and then you know what I mean, and then move on to the next game.
Get the job done. You know, you're talking about Premiership points. You want Premiership points to get you in the Champions League. We're in the bloody Champions League, and they're suggesting throwing the matches. Now, even though we should have won that game if it hadn't been for a moment of madness by Pope, you know, and this is the woulda, coulda, shoulda, all that bit that I keep getting castigated for. You know, the point is we got the 3 points, job done, 10 points out of 12, still in the Carabao, still flying high. And Leverkusen, for me, is more important than the Mackhams. I don't care what anybody says.
You're a possum. Anyway, coping mechanism, defensive mechanisms.
I think that equally as important as one game at a time, like I said before.
Well, I agree.
Let's just hope that things pick up.
The thing is, we
having to go one of them all up, but he does look with the place at the minute. Whether it is,
so does everybody, man. So does everybody.
But he's not the kind of player that can actually burst forward and score goal, just making it on his own. That's the point I'm making.
Listen,
so
man,
without the supply, he looks absolutely.
He's a center.
What's the point of having him on the pitch?
Warren, he is a center forward, man. No one center forward in the history of center forwards can live without being fed the ball. You've got to put him in a position to score. He is a center forward.
No,
He's doing much better.
Hang on. He's got to be in the position.
Alan Shearer. You had to give him the ball in the box, man, for him to score. What are you on about?
Well, exactly. So Waldemara's got to be in the box, and he's not.
Some of his goals were 35 yards away. Anybody give him the ball then, he just move forward and slot it in.
Man, look, he needs to be in the box when the team is attacking. I agree with you. When the team is attacking, you acting like when the team is attacking. You acting as if we're crossing and Walter Mata is in the middle of the pitch somewhere. No,
that's not
the case.
Because he isn't there.
No. It's so unfair, man. Again, so unfair, and the agenda is clear and evident.
It's not unfair. That's what I'm looking at. Like I said, you kind of take it away from people actually seeing it. I was all for Walter Mata. He was getting the goals, but now they start to dry up. He's getting overused, obviously. He can use that as an excuse. But at the same time, he doesn't create an out on his own, does he? He didn't sort of like all of a sudden you didn't jump off your seat and go, "Oh, he's just been all them players."
The point is, a center forward like Voltemara will create things on his own, will create plays on his own. A center forward like a old school number 9 doesn't create anything for him. All they do is give him the ball and they push the ball in. Right. The opposite of Voltemara. Voltemara actually creates plays for the team.
So as I'm telling you, Voltemara is not a box striker.
Centre forwards that can race on. That's what we need. Somebody like who could just burst forward, man, or play off the last man.
We've got him, Wisser. Mac him, Slayer,
I mean,
Wisser.
Look at the lad. Look at the lad for Aston Villa up front. What do you call him again?
Watkins.
Aye. What? Look at him. He's not the fastest. He's not the greatest, but he plays off the shoulder and bursts forward, and they're going to look for him.
Yeah. So I want to.
So there's something fundamentally wrong there, isn't there? Really. Because I wouldn't say, you know what I mean, there's a great deal of difference between the two, as yet one's getting there and the other one's not. So,
but
you know,
no, hang on.
Tell us I'm wrong if you want, but
I don't think there's anything wrong with Voltemara, because that is his game. Lurking around between the centre circle and the box.
Warren, we gotta let you go, Warren.
He will get a ball go through, and he's done it plenty times. But he's not the guy who just stands working. Yeah,
that's not his game.
No,
Isak is not that either.
I know, but when he does look awful, doesn't he, though? He looks like a spare part of the time to stand there.
Again, man, Isak is not that either. Why are you acting like Isak is just he's
I used to say that about Isak, you know?
We won a trophy in the first 70 years with Isak. So why is it a problem now? I don't understand that.
Well, Isak was scoring the goals, though, wasn't he?
Anyway, Warren, I appreciate you calling, man. We got other people trying to call.
Yeah, no bother. I like a bit of early morning wake up. There you go.
Lovely. Now you got your blood. Now you got the blood flowing.
You're railed up. Come on.
Call us soon, man. Call us soon. All right. Cheers, buddy. See you later. That was there in the building. Now you can call us and have your say. 0191 916 8864. Have your say, ladies and gents. Call us now. It's not. When the team plays, I want to see, if I want to criticize it, I'm going to be the first one to call Voltemara out. When we play, the team is playing good, and we're creating chances, and he's missing them, or he's not there.
I'm not even criticizing Voltemara.
Yeah, well, first of all, it's going to be one or the other. Game. It's going to be one. Of course, it is his game, but you're criticizing him. He's not a proper center forward, like you did, Isak. But as when Isak was here, you lost that battle. Clear, it was clear and evident. You couldn't win that battle whatsoever. Yeah, you did. Because you talk about he's not a proper center forward, but we won everything and he scored all the goals. So which one is it? What do you want? You were the one that wants all results. So there you go. He gave you everything you wanted. But you still find time to criticize Isak at the time. You did.
No. All I said was he's not a number 9.
Yeah, but what do you...
Like, well, he's not as bad as Voltemara. When I say bad, I don't mean bad.
Fucking hell,
he's not as different as Voltemara.
What do you mean? To run with the ball, he needs the ball outside the box, more basically on the wing. Isak, run forward and score. Of course, like anybody else.
You included was saying if Voltemara can do it for Germany, which he's doing, he plays exactly the same for Germany. He spends most of his time outside the box.
Center forward.
The difference is Germany have got better wingers than what
so there you go then.
So playing at the minute.
So Voltemara shouldn't be in the conversation. We should be trying to get better wingers. That's the conversation.
Absolutely.
So they're the ones. We got a caller here. Good morning, mate. How are you?
Hello. It's Laura Toon Wifey.
What's your name?
Oh, it's Toon Wifey.
Laura Toon Wifey.
Toon Wifey. I've never
Nora
heard
Toon. Yeah, she's been in the chat quite a bit.
Nora or Laura?
Yeah.
Oh, Laura. Okay. Well, good morning. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from England, Cheshire.
Would that be Mike?
Cheshire. Footballer country.
What part of the country is that?
Just below Manchester.
Oh, you're a monk. You're a monk.
No. No, I'm not. I'm a Newcastle fan.
Newcastle, lovely, man, lovely. So, what's the connection
I'm
with Newcastle, though? How'd you
Geordie.
become a Newcastle fan?
I'm married to a Geordie.
To a wifey, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
Lovely.
I've always hated football my whole life, as in 40 years. And then I met my husband, and obviously him and his family are obsessed with Newcastle. And I started
And you
watching.
saw the lights.
And you saw the light.
I watched the Amazon documentary, actually, and it made me see the passion. I've never seen passion before, and that completely changed my mind. So I started watching Newcastle, and now I'm obsessed with Newcastle and the passion, the love that the Geordie people and other people have for their team. That's what I love.
Yeah.
So that's why I became a fan.
What would be?
Wanted to say, Walter.
What would be like a team that's close by you, though? What would be the team that most people around you would follow?
Man United.
The closest team to me is either Manchester United or Manchester City.
Oh, is it so? Yeah, basically. All right. Well, that's interesting, man. But welcome aboard, and thank you for becoming a member.
Of course. You can have Stockport or Crewe Alexander.
Oh yeah, there's those. Yeah, they support. And I'm actually Macclesfield, so we have Macclesfield Town. I think they just played in the FA Cup and won. I'm actually from Macclesfield, but I've always hated football in every sense until I watched that Amazon documentary, and then I realised with Newcastle, it's so much more than football, than a game. It's the passion, the belief, and it just made me. It affected me deep down.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I started supporting Newcastle, and now I'm completely obsessed, and I can't wait to go to my first game.
So, what do you think about the current situation? Then, I mean, it's a bit dodgy at the moment.
The current situation. Well, I'm quite new, so remember, I haven't got much technical knowledge.
But
fine. The way I see it is, we're still in this period of transition where everything was a bit messed up in the summer, and Eddie Howe has got these new players, and he's still trying to work out how to, make them fit and play well. And it isn't got as fast as he wanted to, but then they're not robots, they're players, so it's going to take time for them to adapt and adjust. And I think we will get there. I do believe in Eddie Howe. I think he's a great man and a great person, and I think he will get there. And Walter Marder, I think he's wonderful. It's just that we haven't worked out how to, play with him yet, and nothing's clicking. But I do think he's a great player. What he does with his feet is, I'm just like, wow, he's amazing. He's a very unique and creative player.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I mean, I mean, Newcastle United, we cannot turn our nose up now on Walter Marder, thinking that we'll just get another center forward. Wissa will come here. I personally don't think that Eddie Howe likes playing with two center forwards. I hope he changes his mind.
He wouldn't be playing with two center forwards, man. Get it out, you're knocking Walter Marder as a center forward.
So how come? Because we're not going to argue here in front of a lady. But how come he takes Walter Marder off and puts Wissa in? Man for man.
Because we're doing the rotation thing.
Why would you rotate two players that are not alike?
We need to see Wissa. I think we need to see more of Wissa just to see how he does fit in, because we haven't seen him yet, have we? Really, we saw 20 minutes, but it wasn't. He was probably all charged up with energy, and
he was still making runs that Walter Marder doesn't make.
Yes, he was very much in the position, a completely different position. I said that to my husband. Yeah. I said, he's in a totally different position than Walter Marder. He reminds me of where Wilson used to be. Always kind of up there in the middle. I'm sorry, I haven't got technical. I just can't tell you technical things, but I can just tell you what I see.
No, yeah.
And he was up there at the front, in the middle, where Wilson. It reminds me of Callum Wilson.
Yeah.
So he's completely different than Walter Marder. And there is times where I looked at Walter Marder and I thought, why aren't you a bit higher up? But that's not how he plays, is it? It's just not how he plays. He's much deeper And I don't know whether you could play those two together. I mean, you'd have to tell me that because
yes.
I don't have the experience.
I think you can if you put Walter Mata up front and Wissa as a wing. I think that would be lovely.
Right.
And
you just drop the winger.
That would work.
No, well, yeah, you have to drop a winger, but I think that Wissa's pace will be amazing to keep up, and tell Walter Mata, stay up there a little more, a little often, and that link up play with them two will be amazing. But I just don't think that Eddie Howe has never done that.
We've never. He hasn't had the opportunity to do that yet, man. Wissa's been injured.
Yeah, but when he had Isak and Wilson, he didn't do that. So
because Wilson was always injured.
Oh man, no, he wasn't. Man, he was always.
Chris, do you feel that Eddie Howe is stuck in his ways and he won't change?
Well,
is that how you feel?
I do. I mean, I do. The proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. We can't say otherwise. Yeah. I mean, Gwyn will try to sugarcoat it, try to lie you, deceive you, but don't fall for that, Laura. Don't fall for that. Okay.
I think he's just very reticent. Like he won't make changes unless he really has to, because when he's talking in his interviews, he's very much got a plan, and he very much sticks to that plan and doesn't like to move away from it. He doesn't like variables. So he's not one of these who'll just throw whoever on the pitch and go, right, go on, do whatever you want to do and let's see what happens. I think he's much more reserved and like, okay, we're not going to take that risk. Let's just do it slowly. He seems to take very little steps, which is a good thing in one way. But I think he just takes little steps, and that's where the frustration comes from the fan base.
Yeah, very much so. Laura, you got so many great points, man. I see you talking about you don't know football. Well, you got a lot of good points. So
thank you.
Of course. We gotta get your husband get on.
Yeah. He's a proper Geordie. He'd be like, nah, man. He's a happy man of few words.
He's a happy clapper.
No. He's not a happy clapper. Definitely not. He's a man of few words, but they're very important words.
Hey, that's what we need.
That's it. Hey. Spoken like a proper Toon wifey.
There you go.
Oh, he is. He's amazing, and his family is amazing. They're great, and I've been to Newcastle so many times now. Every holiday we come twice a year to Newcastle, so he can get in M. That's what he says.
Get in
M. Do you know Westerhope? That's where he's originally from.
Yeah, I know Westerhope.
Yeah, he's a West boy.
Is it Westerhope proper or Chapel House?
You gotta get him to. You gotta get him to watch though. Gotta get him to watch the show at least. They're
funny as well, Geordies. The first time I came up to Newcastle, the taxi driver, because I'm not the brightest. The taxi driver, he was talking to me and he said, "Oh, did you hear that John Wayne came to Newcastle?" And I said, "No, John Wayne." And he was like, "Yeah, he rode into the city centre on his horse." And they said to him, "John, where are you going?" And he went, "Westerhope." And I was like, "Oh my God." They're all so funny and they're all so fabulous, the Geordie people.
They're funny. A lot of great jokes.
Yeah.
Laura, thank you for calling us. I appreciate you, Laura. Thank you for calling. Thank you for becoming a member and all of that. Appreciate you very much indeed. All right. Thank you very much.
Laura.
Thank you.
Thank you. Call us again.
Take care. Bye.
Have a great one. Have a great one. That was Laura there. Call us now. Have your say. 01919168864. Call us now. By the way, this was Wissa in Voltamara's heat map in this particular game. Obviously, Voltamara played longer than Wissa. And literally one more spot in the box than Voltamara because the game wasn't for that. The game wasn't for that.
One more spot in the box in 15 minutes.
In 20 minutes, more than 20 minutes. And the other one...
Well, 20 minutes versus whatever.
And you got to understand, first of all, in the good part of the first half, we were knackered. Good morning. How are you, mate?
You're all right, Chris. I'm Wayne.
I'm doing great, mate. Good morning to you.
Where are you from?
Oh, it's Choppy from Whitehaven.
Choppy! Lovely to hear from you, mate. From Whitehaven. What you got to say, Choppy?
That's about 15 miles away, Wayne.
Yeah.
It's just the previous caller. My mum, she couldn't understand a word Oz was saying on our videos and pet. Did you get that, Wayne?
Yeah. I couldn't understand Jimmy Neal and how Vader's saying pet. Well, there was a few German accents on that, of course.
The other two,
Kevin and
Kevin were
Tim Healy.
And
Tim Healy.
Tim Healy. She couldn't understand them perfectly.
Yeah.
We always had to rewind the tape back to clarify what Oz was saying.
What do you think?
Translator.
Translator.
Yeah.
Choppy, what do you think about the game, bro?
The match?
Did I go to the match?
No, what do you think of it?
What do you think of the match?
I think we just about got away with it, you know. With Newcastle, it was like they lose concentration in the last 10 minutes of the game.
Yeah. I mean, and that's simply the conversation that I wanted to have. Critical thinking. We got to understand that we have to do different things here because this is just not going to work out. But some fans, when talk about better than last season, numpty stats here, numpty stats there, blah blah blah. We're going to with the Macros, win the Champions League, therefore we're going to have a better season. They're already planning the parades and everything else. So it's we can't talk about what hasn't happened in the future yet. We can talk about what's happened, and it didn't look
10
good.
10 points
man.
out of 12 is what's happened.
Yeah, that's a decent stat,
but
it's still not enough. It's still not enough.
Yeah.
That's what we had to do. See, it's interesting using that in your favor, saying that we've gotten 10 points out of 12. But that's what we had to do because we put ourselves in this poor position. So it's not really something to be proud of.
Because the transfer window robbed us of 7 points at the start of the season.
But there's always going to be an excuse when you win.
Well,
3 years.
You're the one that brought up the shoulda, coulda, woulda from Brian.
No. There's always going to be. That's not an excuse. It's actually what happened on the pitch. We could have lost that game, very much so.
And
if we
what
instead of
happened
playing
against Villa and against Liverpool, that could all been different as well.
Yeah,
if we'd had a
I don't know what it is. Do you think when Eddie makes the substitution, do you think it unbalances the team?
Listen, man.
Well, the trouble Eddie's had with substitutions, to play defence advocate for him, is that in the past, what he's had on the bench was going to immensely weaken what was on the pitch. And as I said before the match on Saturday in my little bit, I said, Eddie, with this bench, because that's the strongest bench I've ever seen, with this bench, he has got no excuse at all for poor game management. Because what's coming off the bench, the likes of, Tonali, and, it was a tremendous bench we had. So there was no excuse. We had Hall on the bench at the time. That quality of player, so there was no excuse. And what was it the best? No, it wasn't. But again, you cannot just exonerate the players in all this. I mean, that Ramsey decides to stick his arm out.
That was absolutely rubbish, and I called it out there.
That's not Eddie's fault.
No, of course, but who's you again? You keep on talking about this Eddie in, Eddie out. That's not the conversation I want to have. I could care less. I told you many times, man. I'm talking about the team as a whole, which ultimately he's in charge of. But if you're talking about the whole season, you can head towards Eddie, which is really the whole season. We're not having a good one. But yeah, you talk about individual errors. Of course, they're letting themselves down. They're letting the manager down.
Yeah,
and you can also argue whether
you look at the Tottenham equaliser.
But here's the thing, though. Unfortunately, you can also say that these errors are going to get your manager sacked. And what can you do? I mean, it's pretty unfortunate if it continues like that. But yeah, we can have that conversation. I said it with Ramsey. You know, that was a stupid decision to make. You can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Same as the other guy for Burnley. You know, a volleyball play. So it's not good. Choppy, last thoughts, mate.
Like if Burnley had somebody to score a goal, like to score, they would have equalised in that last minute over the last kick of the game.
Yeah.
I think they'll have panic when the ball came to them, and that's when he put it wide. I think so.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, very true.
But we missed chances as well. Other chances.
Yeah, that's true as well.
You know.
It could have been for 5-3 that game, you know.
Could have been easy. We could easily have scored 5. Put it like that, and then none of this conversation would be happening. But we didn't.
No. But
and neither did they. Hence 2-1.
Yeah, but that's such a simplistic way of looking at it, man. It's shameful.
I love simplicity.
It's disgraceful. And by the way, SofaScore it says that we had 2 big chances and they had 3 big chances. So I don't know the chances you're talking about. But anyway, so Choppy, thank you very much for calling, man. Appreciate it.
Yes, Chop.
Okay, I'll speak to you soon.
See you later.
Cheers, buddy. That was Choppy, ladies and gents, and you are listening to NUFC Talk.
You are listening to NUFC Talk Radio, the voice of the Toon Army. Live daily on the website, on YouTube, and on every online radio directory.
NUFC Talk.
The voice of the Toon Army.
We're back.
We're back. The voice of the Toon Army, ladies and gents. Don't forget, you can call and have your say. Call us now. And for Super Chat Warren says, did the City Cup parade, not the final,
do us harm?
Do us harm. There you go. Call us now. Have your say, ladies and gents. 0191-916-8864. Have your say. A win is a win. Let us know if that's what you think right now. A win is a win. We should be naive and keep looking forward. Don't forget to smash the like button to help the channel grow. We are here, ladies and gents. I told you what we can do. Well, let's go with some comments from the chat until somebody calls in. We got a lot of comments in the chat, man. Still Bad Dad Helsazar says, "Hi, Chris. It's true, mate. It has been said many times that as long as we try, we play well. We are true." There you go. Well, that's exactly what I'm saying, not what he's saying. And I knew that's always been the thing. With you know, as long as we try, and the people, the teams there will be happy.
Don't demand a team that wins, only a team that tries.
Yeah, but he's talking about in the negative sense that the team, if I'm not mistaken, that the media will portray us that way, even in a bad way, that we're just there happy clapping. With no common sense, no matter what's on the pitch, no matter the draws that's on the pitch. And that's what the media has always said. But what you're talking about, that the Newcastle fans all of a sudden are Barcelona, that we want proper, pretty football. I've never heard of that. That we'd rather win, what'd you say, win 4-3 than 1-0 or something like that.
Win 1-0, then win ugly 1-0. Lose 4-3 in an entertaining game than win 1-0 in a bad game.
Two-corner phrase
in a Burnley type game.
Two-corner phrase, you can tell the referees to stick it, stopwatch, you know what, you know where. How does 3 minutes injury become 9? That's something that's disgraceful, by the way. These referees in footballing nowadays, they just add minutes from I don't know where. I mean, it makes no sense to me. It's because COVID has because of COVID, you know, they had these things, and now that's one of the things that stayed. It's weird.
I cannot see an argument against 60 minutes ball in play.
Yeah, but the people are having a go at you for recording with a potato. So we got a GoFundMe
with a potato.
Yeah, we're gonna put a GoFundMe so we can win a new camera because he's absolutely knackered.
We are knackered.
Let me see. Helsazar says Brian spoke wise words on this podcast, and I agree with him. There is therefore a lack of vision at the moment. We have gone stale. Oh, look at that. Brian says it, and the American mag says the same thing, and the American is a numpty. Well, there you go. when now one of your compadres, one of your liaisons is telling basically that he agrees with everything that Brian said, that we were knackered, and you don't agree with him. Did you say he shoulda, coulda, woulda?
Yeah. I'm saying shoulda, coulda, woulda. We should have, every time I mention that. For example, if you remember the Fulham game, when it was exactly the same as this. We beat them 2-1 after they'd equalised, and everybody completely forgot about the fact we could have been 6-0 up at half time quite comfortably. And I was getting accused then of shoulda, woulda, coulda.
By me never. You're always going to be questioned about how we play, but the fact that you always come up with this 6-0, 7-0 comfortably, is to me is unbelievable. What team scores 6-0, 7-0 every game? I haven't found one yet. But ladies and gentlemen, hold on.
Prove that we're wangers.
Give me a second, because we got the one that started this phone call with a bang. The inauguration of the phone line with a bang, and he made this what it is now. The one and the only Vapers Lounge from where was it from? From Whitley Bay. Good morning. How are you? Jamie's in the house.
Hello, are you alright?
We're doing great, man. How are you, bunny lad? You alright?
Well, did I tell you? What did I tell you? Toon Army was going to get dropped for Lewis Miley. And what happened? And we won away, didn't we?
By the way,
you were even laughing at us.
He was. But by the way, we came to find out that Toon Army's been dropped because of an injury, not because
the injury was the last game. The game away, he got dropped. Didn't he? And now you're all shouting for Toon Army to be back in the team, and Joe Linton get dropped. You're a bunch of... I'm not even going to say it. I'm not allowed to say it. We're knackered. We're knackered.
Man. So, but I mean, you wanted Longstaff back. You wanted Almiron back. You wanted everybody back, man.
Almiron. I would love Almiron back. Get Almiron back. Get Miggy back. Get Miggy back. We want Miggy, man.
I mean, that was shambolic.
Oh, wait, man.
I love Miggy, man. Miggy was the best thing since sliced bread, man. Miggy had better stats than Murphy,
man. But Murphy doesn't even... What about Ilanga? What do you think about Ilanga? Ilanga's doing great, isn't he?
He's great, him, isn't he? Let him go into Liverpool. Tell that baldy man to come and buy him. We'll take 50 million for him. Damn it, Isaac.
Get money back. Oh man, that was good. But so listen, man. But we barely beat Burnley, man. One of the worst, if not the worst, sides in only Wolves is
3 points. Is 3 points, man. We're only a couple of points off Europe, man. What's the matter with you? You're worried. You get too worried. You and Porky, man. Porky's a puppet. Porky loves you. You may as well get married. When you come to Newcastle in January, I want to arrange a marriage for you and Porky. Civic Centre. Right? Civic Centre.
I love the background. They're laughing at the background.
Is Porky from Blythe?
He's from Blythe.
When is Porky from Blythe?
Yeah.
Tell me stay in Blythe, because Newcastle didn't even want him as a supporter. Tell me go and support Blythe Spartans or something, man. However, man. 40 salute.
Come on, man. Hey,
and you've got that Jeffers. Now that Jeffers. Where's he from? London or something?
He's from London.
Well, there's another one, man. However, man, they don't know what they're talking about, all these clowns.
But he speaks proper, doesn't he? He speaks a proper...
No, man, he doesn't speak proper. I speak proper. The truth of it, right, I would have 11 Geordies on that pitch. 11 Geordies.
That's my
dream. Even if you went and got 11 donkeys, as long as the Geordies, we'll still sell the crowd out, man. We'll still do it.
No, that'll never happen. We'll be knackered.
We are knackered.
If 11 Jordans are on there. But we can't even find enough. By the way, and you guys are selective with Jordans, because when I bring up Michael Carrick...
I could find 11 Jordans straight away.
Listen, you guys
I could find 11 Geordies.
But listen, you guys are selective with it because as soon as I bring up Michael Carrick, who won everything, and he's a Geordie, you guys don't even think about him.
I know, but he probably done out of it.
Yeah, but that's Newcastle's
problem. He was Alex's love child, him, man. He was Alex's love child.
That's Newcastle's problem. If Newcastle United didn't see talent in him
Alex's
and they let him go.
Child, man. He was Alex's love child.
I just think Carrick was overrated.
No, he wasn't. He's in the World Cup.
He was a bit like, he was a bit like Longstaff, wasn't he?
Exactly. He was an average player in a brilliant team.
Oh my God!
I mean, that was shambolic.
Oh wait, man. The dude.
But we're going to go to the Mackhams, right? And we're going to tax them with 3 points. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to overtake them, right? So stop being all depressed on this show. Right, stop being a bit happy.
What makes you think? What makes you think we're gonna beat the Mackhams?
Because I've said it all season. Us are gonna go over there and take points off them and overtake them in the league. Then they're gonna lose our players to Africa. Because then we're gonna see where they're not at the end of the season.
Yeah, that's fine though. But you were speculating. You were assuming. And when
man, you speculate all the time, man. You speculate.
When you
speculate that you were speculating that Tonali's the best midfielder in the world and he can't fucking pass a ball.
He is actually.
He is, man.
You know how, man. You know.
Bruno is a proper midfielder.
Who?
Bruno is a proper midfielder. Bruno is the best midfielder I've ever seen at Newcastle in my life.
Why?
So don't change to win. Right, because you're trying, all bullying you. I can see what they're doing. There's about 10 of them bullying you. And you're trying to say, 3 points by the end of Christmas and that. Listen, even if we get relegated, Eddie's the king.
No.
I mean, that was
Eddie's the king.
Oh, my God, man.
Right?
You're out your mind, man.
How can you say that, man? Oh, no. You're taking the pee, man. We know you're taking the pee now.
No, I'm not, man. You just forget where you're bred, but some people think they're entitled.
Newcastle United, after spending $200 million this season, you think that we get relegated and that's okay?
$200 million, we got 120 of it back, man.
Exactly. Well done.
PIF have never done out for this club. Eddie's done everything for the club. PIF has only built a couple of fucking stacks. They built a stack.
Stop.
That's all they've done. They've done out for the club, really. Do you know what I mean?
So now
we didn't even know when they're going to build. We didn't even know when they're going to build the stadium. They've been talking about the stadium for 5 years.
There's a reason why listen. First of all, there's a reason why you're happy clapping over here, and you can speculate that we're going to win the Champions League and all of that because the PIF bought the damn club to begin with. Because if you didn't, you'd be sad and you wouldn't be calling anywhere right now.
No, man, I wouldn't be sad. I would still be cheering on, man. I cheered on when Jim Smith was the band manager, man.
Yeah, that's fine. But
do you know who Jim Smith is?
Jinky.
No.
Is talking about Mighty Wins? No.
There you go. What about Ozzy? Do you know about Ozzy?
Ozzy Ardiles, I know. Yeah, that's right.
Ozzy South American.
He changed the way we played football, man.
But,
not Kevin Keegan, Ozzy.
Wait, man, Ozzy, man. See now you're pulling. Now you're clutching straws, man. Look.
And instead of saying Newcastle came terrible in that, right? You have to look at every other club in the Premier League. Every other club in the Premier League, right, are doing the same as us. We're all inconsistent. Apart from Arsenal, but they're still a bit inconsistent. They still got beat the other day, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, you can lose.
Jamie, you're on about Ozzy. Did you hear the tale that Steve Howe told about Ozzy Ardiles? When they were
when they were
shadow
invisible team. The invisible team.
The invisible team, and they were getting beat 1-0.
Who's Michael? Who's Michael 4639? I'm no Mackham, right? I'm no Mackham. I'm telling you that, no, son.
I don't know.
So get that off your screen. I'm no Mackham. I'm a full Geordie.
Oh, he's looking at the screen. Hey, who's laughing in the background? I know Jamie, your son, is back there, isn't it?
No, he's at work.
All right, but we can see on the screen. Look, but you were saying that it's okay for us to get relegated. You want Almiron back. You want Longstaff back.
I didn't want to get relegated, but I'm saying if it did happen, right, I wouldn't. I still love Eddie.
Those are
love Eddie.
You can love him, man. That's your whoever you love another man. That's your personal choice, man. We're 2025 now.
No, because you love Porky. I would find Eddie attractive. Look at him, man. Compared to Porky, he's much attractive more than Porky. However, man, me and Porky get it on.
Proves it was.
Hey man, hey, but listen.
Me and Eddie will join you for a foursome.
But look. Man, there's no way that you can be any Newcastle fan. Those are Macam words, man. Any Newcastle fan that's happy we're getting relegated or not bothered about it.
We're all bothered, but I'm saying we still love Eddie.
Hey,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you can love him whatever you want, but he'll be sacked, so you can go follow him at Bournemouth or wherever he goes to. But
no, but I won't follow him anywhere else. I'll follow him here. I didn't follow anybody else, man.
So to you, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with the team. Nothing wrong with the season.
Nothing wrong. It's just a bunch of people, Cockneys, people from Blythe. Right, what's not even from Newcastle, he's from Blythe. Right, tell me go and watch Blythe Spartans.
American people,
right? You know what I mean? He wants to be a Yank man. That's what he wants to be. He wants to get on the horse with you.
That's Win, by the way. Win wants to take Premier League games to America.
Yeah, I heard that now. Win, stop being daft. Win, we're not moving out of St James's Park. We're not getting it like America, big stadiums and all that. We're staying at St James's Park. If it can't do the St James's Park, across the water, or anywhere out of a tune, it's not Newcastle. Newcastle is Newcastle. Right? Not Gateshead, not Blythe, not Hexham, right? Not Alnwick. Newcastle is Newcastle. Right? We've got our own teams. Our own teams are shit. Gateshead and that. They will start trying to support Newcastle. See you later. Up the tune anyway.
I've kept really quiet.
But hold on. I got a question for you though. Because people now out there, listen, I know you don't want to see it or you don't see it, that's fine. But people, a lot of people didn't think it was a great performance. A lot of fans in the stand, pouty faces, they weren't happy, although we were winning ended up winning 2-1. And now some fans are calling out the atmosphere. They're saying that the atmosphere is dross, that we need to bring up a singing section.
I'll tell you why the atmosphere is shit. Because there's no two Geordies there. We can't afford to get in that stadium, right? Everybody else is taking the tickets, right? So that's why there's no atmosphere. You've got a lot of foreigners sitting there, didn't even have the words of the songs. We're sitting there clapping their hands. Do you know what I mean?
Not the vast majority, man.
Back in the day, the corner had a bit banter with the Leazers end. The Leazers had a bit banter with the exhibition end. But there's no banter. No, there's only the corner singing. And the rest of them are clapping their hands.
So you
with their flat caps on, a bit like Win. Do you know what I mean? Win. but we'll love you.
Come on, man. You know why? I'm here to defend the fans, and there's after a draw, win or defeat, you can't go at the fans. But you got to defend. The players need to do better. The manager needs to do better, not the fans. You got to give them something to clap, something to cheer, something to be entertained by. Man,
I tell you what is noticeable now that this season, since they've made the away end safe standing. The away supporters have definitely got an advantage over the home supporters now.
How?
Well, let us stand. Nobody should be sitting. Nobody should be sitting.
Okay.
When I got into the match, I didn't sit. And I'm not bothered who's behind us because I can get up and stand.
Yeah,
right?
Okay. Well,
if you want to go and sit in, go on the disabled end, right? Go on the disabled end.
There you go. So what you gonna say now? Because you ain't standing up all game. I know that's right.
I ain't standing up all game.
I stand up all game. Every game I gone to.
Knee chance.
When we got beat off Arsenal at Wembley, I was standing. I was having a fight with wrong fans because I was standing.
But how
all the atmosphere out of the game.
How old are you, Jamie?
47.
Ah, you're young, man. But you're younger, and you can't have Mighty Wednesday. You know he's 87, so can't be standing up all game.
I know. Man. That's why I've got respect for him because he's seen everything, man. He's been through everything.
Yeah.
So for people who've only come in the 90s and all this, and foreign people from London, telling win.
It's nobody's fault that they were born in the 90s or they were born in the 80s. That's not their fault.
I know, but I'm saying we're only talking about then. I have to look back at my history. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's true. Like I say, everybody seems to think that we've got to
do you know how the time you're talking when we haven't got a clue what you're talking about, man?
But whose job is to educate them? Their parents, grandparents?
Well, I think when you come over here after Christmas, I think we need to take on a bit of a history lesson.
I don't know who, but listen. By the way, this is we did it. I think last year, maybe somewhere. We put up this blogs that people go around, with a camera asking young fans questions all the time about the club, the history. Young Geordie Barnes. I'm talking about Barron as in like 10, 12, 13, 15. They didn't have a clue. So it ain't got nothing to do where you're from. Even in Newcastle, they don't know who these old players are. And there's a problem. I agree with that. They need to be educated. But it's not.
Well, we need to get a history lesson on this channel.
We're gonna get Paul Joanna back. Paul Joanna, the official historian by the club. We had him here before. But listen, Jamie, I'm going to the Toon in January. So, you're going to hook me up with a vape?
I'll hook you up.
All right, man. But you got to treat me nice, though, man, because, come on, man. Come on, man.
Start talking some sense.
I'll go to the Vapers Lounge in Whitley Bay. There you go.
And I want you and Porky, right, to have a debate one day. You've never had a debate in your life between 2 years. You always agree.
He kind of thinks like me, although I do call him out sometimes.
Oh, he thinks like you. He doesn't say a word till he tries to steer it, man.
I'll call him out before. So anyway,
right.
Jamie, appreciate you calling, man. Classic call, mate.
Hey, cheers, mate.
We'll definitely be calling the Vapers Lounge, Whitley Bay.
I know, because your tabs, I can see you burn your fingers.
We'll definitely be dropping by. We'll be dropping by, mate.
Right, cheers, mate.
All right, buddy. Take care.
Good luck. See you later.
Get to the Vapers Lounge at Whitley Bay for all your vaping requirements.
Man, that was 1 call and a half, man. Call us now, folks. I don't know if I want anybody to call in anymore. 0191-916-8864, ladies and gents. We still got a good way to go on the show. And we were going with the comments here. So, man, that was a call. That was a call and a half. More Jamie there. So let's go with some more comments that people are saying. Oh no, we got another caller coming in, so we're gonna have to give him a shout. Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you, Chris?
I'm doing great, buddy. What's your name?
It's Lewis.
Lewis, how are you, bro? Long time no see.
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing great, mate. You all right?
I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah,
he said, "I'm fine. How are you?" Hold on. We can go around. I made that mistake too. He said, "I'm fine. How are you?" I'm doing good. How are you? I'm doing fine. How are you? We just keep going.
Our health is not in question.
No.
Not to the matter in hand.
Lewis, one knock it that way.
But obviously, I was just coming on to see, have that fan says all fans should stand up.
Yeah.
You can't do it. You can't say all fans stand up because, as we say, you can't see everybody's disability and that. Some people.
But to be fair, he did say.
He did say if you can't stand, go in the disabled end.
Yeah, he did
not
say
that. There is a disabled end.
But
there's
no.
No,
but,
exactly.
You know what I mean? There isn't really. It's only the wheelchair base for disabled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? It's like you can't say that. But this is one of those things. I try to come on, after the match, on Saturday. I tried to get on, but I couldn't get on.
Oh man, yeah. But we got you on that. So what do you think about the game?
it's actually an alright game. Like, it's one of those boring games as usual again for us, but we got the win. That's all that matters.
There you go. But tell us about the atmosphere in the stadium. It was, fans. Listen, you can't make fans be happy when they're not seeing anything to make them happy. It was a boring game.
Yeah, that's the thing. Obviously, as we know, like, it was a bit of a weird one as well, because the fans were clapping for Martin Nebraska as well. Was quite nice to see.
Yep.
Obviously, ex-Newcastle goalkeeper. But it's just one of those things. It's just, it's like one of those things. You just like go like the matches. You go. I go to every single match as win, and kind of season ticket holder.
Yeah.
But it's just like you go like some of the games. You go like, this is so rubbish to watch. Why are we putting us through this?
Yeah, but listen, a lot of mistakes from the players. A lot of I don't know that I can say much about Eddie Howe's mistakes on this one. To be fair to him, but the thing is now that it just piles. It just it's a pile now where you can add a bad performance, put it in the pile of bad performances, and that pile is pretty high, and that you can blame on Eddie Howe or the overall season. But a lot of players making mistakes that make no sense.
The worry is it's starting to become, I think, a mentality thing. That you can almost see the players' shoulders dropping and going, "Oh God, no! Can we hang on? Can we hang on?" And
yeah.
The only way you avoid that is first of all by having a 2-goal cushion, which is fortunately what we did. But even that didn't work. Well, we never had a 2-goal cushion per se against Spurs, but. It's this immediately. And the same as though the lose they don't want to be the one that makes a mistake to allow the opposition in. So instead of trying the adventurous ball that they've been trying up till then to get with a lead, they then start playing the ultra safe ball, which inevitably means you start dropping back, which inevitably means that the opposition start coming forward because they don't want to be the player who drops a bollock and potentially costs us points. So they go super safe and they start playing sideways and backwards balls and get back to pendulum football instead of trying the incisive move to get forward. And that's something that needs to be addressed. And that's I'm afraid that is down at on the manager's toes. He's got to be able to instill the confidence in them that more of the same.
That's the thing. As we know, it's because me and you go to the games. Like when we get the first goal, we sit back from like when we scored the first goal against Everton a couple of weeks ago. We scored a goal in the first 52 seconds, and we sat back for this again. That's not football. We need get the goal, get a second, and try and get a third. Because if you get a third goal, that's it. That's pretty much game over anyway.
Yeah, I agree.
Lewis, thank you for calling us, bud. Appreciate you, mate. You have a good one, all right?
No problem. No problem.
Catch you later, Lewis.
I'll see you in January when you pop over.
Right, lovely, mate. We'll see you then. That was Lewis there from Newcastle. I actually never asked Lewis what part of the Toon he's from. That's weird. I should have asked him that.
I think he's from Wallsend. I think. Put it in the chat, Lewis. Where you from?
Yeah, Lewis. Call us now. Have your say, folks. Glenn was asking for the phone number. Where do you call? Well, you can call it this in front of you, man. 0191-916-8864. So there you go. Wilkie says Wellington Quay.
Wellington
a kid. Quay. I say Quay, man.
Quay.
I say it's Quay.
It's Quay.
Good morning. How are you, bud?
Hello, Chris. You all right? It's Glenn.
I'm all right, mate. What's your name?
Glenn. Can you hear us?
Glenn.
Yes.
There you go. There's Glenn. How are you, mate? Where are you calling from? Where are you calling from?
I'm just in Washington doing me postman round at the moment.
Look
walking around posting letters through people's doors.
Another postman, man.
Busy time of the year with all the Christmas cards.
The postman delivering facts.
When me head cemented.
Yeah.
I bet it is.
Yeah. So lovely to hear from you. But where are you from, though?
I'm from South Shields, bottom of the river, time.
Sand dancer.
So that means
Sand dancer.
Is that true that you're in between? Like you don't know if you're a Macam or a Magpie?
Well, we're at the bottom of the river time for a reason, Chris. We're not at the bottom of the river, we are.
There you go. Lovely, man. Lovely. What do you make of the team, man? I mean, it's not fulfilling the fans.
I think I commented on something the other day, kind of saying, like, for me this season, I think Eddie's got a free pass for us this season, and I think it's everything he's done so far, and the fact that he lost Isaac in the summer. So I think it's a case of kind of rebuilding at the moment, and you can clearly see. There you go, mate. Thank you, mate. You can clearly see the team's trying to find its feet without Isaac. And
wait, did you just deliver a card?
That's kind of what the problem's been for me.
Yeah.
He hasn't lost the dressing room or anything. They're all playing for him, but it's just we haven't got that cutting edge like we had last season, and I think it's just it's because we lost Isaac. So I think we need to be a bit patient and let him do his work, and I'm sure he's going to get back up to where we were last year.
Patience
so, I mean, that's where I am with it.
The thing is, patience is the key, says Mighty Wayne. But I mean, I refuse to believe that one player can destroy your entire team, and there's no solution from that.
Yeah,
and that's pretty.
There will be a solution, and the solution is just come back from injury.
Yeah, I mean, he scored 20 goals a season for Chris every season, and we've literally built a team around Isaac.
Yeah, but
there's a reason. There's a reason Liverpool's asking for Jacob Mercy.
Yeah, but Glenn, I mean, I'm told here that he wasn't a proper center forward, that he, that all of this, all of that. But so which one is it? Was he important, or he wasn't a proper center forward? I don't get it. I'm not sure.
Are you talking about Isaac? Yeah, Chris.
Yeah. Because they say Isaac. Wayne had the same problem with Isaac. He's not a proper center forward. Blah blah blah. Basically he's not Chris Wood, pushes the ball in. And he uses the same argument with Walter Mata. When I think we as a team are not performing, we need to get our wingers right, and they cross the ball to Walter Mata, and then see what happens.
Yeah.
And
considering Walter Mata's replaced Isaac, I think we've been doing all right, considering there hasn't been a major drop off, which is why we're still in touching distance from the top 5.
Yeah,
I mean, when you lose your star striker who scores 20 goals a season, I think that's pretty good going.
I agree,
and I just feel like we're in all the cup competitions still. We're in the Champions League. We're doing well in that. We've just took 10 points out of the last 4 games in the Premiership. And I don't understand why everybody's all doom and gloom all the time. It's like, I just don't understand what people want. If you're taking 10 points out of your last 4 games, and people are still finding stuff to moan about. I just can't. I don't understand.
Maybe because
when I'm all for you, mate. I love listening to you. I've listened to the show since it started, really, and I like the way Wynn holds his ground in support of the team and stuff, and he doesn't let some of the lads with a bit of negativity on the panel kind of sway him.
But the thing,
I like that.
That will never change, by the way. That will never change, Glenn.
But the thing is, though, somebody was saying that we got 9 points against West Ham Brentford, or lost 9 points against West Ham Brentford, and there was another team that they put on there.
Yeah.
We gave up points against Leeds.
I agree with that.
And we gave up points against Leeds. The win thinks they're the 80s Leeds, that they win everything when they're not. You know, when we go, they're just promoted. Bournemouth, we didn't even give it a good go. We gave up Leeds many times this season. So I think there's and we are 11th. We're 11th right now. When your main competitors, Aston Villa, Aston Villa, they're up there. They're not having an issue with, and they have PSR problems as well. They are held back. No, they haven't spent like we have.
I agree with all that. Yeah, I agree with you, Chris. I do. That's been frustrating for me as well, Dave. But at the same time, we're so, like Wayne says, we are so close. If we can just cut them little mistakes out towards the end of the games, I think we could be a real team that could be reckoned with. Like, if we can just cut them out, we'd be up there in the top four, no problem.
Well, I agree with you 100%.
It's just,
I agree with you 100%. We have a team. Mighty Wayne said we have a team and money to be 9th. That's what we should be at, because he looks at a graph. I think we have a team of players that can be, no question, undoubtedly playing and fighting for Champions League 4th, 5th, 6th every season. So I think that's where our standards should be and our expectations should be. But that's not where we're at now, man. So that's why you see a lot of doom and gloom, Glenn.
No. I'm trying to see the positives, because I feel like he's had a lot to do with Eddie, especially throughout the summer. And I mean, there's been a lot going on upstairs as well, where he's kind of had to run the whole ship himself. And I think people seem to, it's easy for people just to jump on a negative result or a mistake in a game and kind of forget the whole bigger picture with what's been going on. And I just feel like people need to kind of remember the summer that we've just had and kind of remember the last 4 seasons we've just had as well, because, you know, it's easy to say get rid of the manager, because, I mean, why would any team want to get rid of a manager that's just getting 10 points out the last 4 games in the Premiership?
Well, I'm reluctant to say that as well, and you know that. If you're watching the show every day, you know I try to be balanced, and I'm reluctant to say that as well, to sack the manager, because I don't think that really fixes anything. It's a popular thing to say, and you know, I don't think that's any solution, because whoever comes in will need time as well. And you know,
I don't think it is a popular thing to say.
It is a popular thing to say.
Popular thing to say on this channel.
And do you know what I think sometimes?
No, don't go
what I think people forget sometimes as well, like Eddie Howe spent 4 years training these players and building up relationships with these players, and they're all Eddie Howe signings. So if another manager comes in, does that mean that the 4 years of hard work that's been put in the club just gets ripped up and we just start again completely?
Yeah, that's one way of looking at it.
I don't think that would be a good way to go.
That's one way of looking at it. It also means that he should be making this team play better with the players he wanted. So, you know, it's a lot you can make of that.
Yeah, and I think Eddie's at his best when he's got time in between matches to train with the players. And like your last caller was saying that he hasn't really seen much improvement in the players and stuff like that. Well, we're not going to see that much improvement in the players that we have just signed when we're playing 3 games a week, because he just hasn't got the time on the training pitch to work with them like he had with like the Joe Linton when he first came, where we like had 1 game a week. So you could spend like the full week working with Joe Linton or the full week working with Murphy. So it makes a big difference that as well, I think.
But here's the thing, Glenn. Here's the thing. If we are saying Eddie needs a week between games to do his magic, in the long run, that's not good, because we need a manager who can do it 3 games a week. Because that's if we're going to be the club we want to be, that's where we're going to have to be. So we're going to need a manager who doesn't need 7 days between games to work his magic.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. But when you know, if you look at maybe like all of the top managers, you know, your Pep Guardiola, the Ancelotti, people that do, you know, the managers that do play these 3 games a week, I would say that they all have never been renowned. Thanks, love. they've all never been renowned for improving players.
Yeah, I agree with that as well.
Yeah.
But
all
I'm saying is
they buy the best players. Like Pep Guardiola buys the best players, and I mean, like I commented before, I've never seen Pep Guardiola take a team from League Two with bang average players all the way to the Premiership, and then keep them in the Premiership season after season.
That's poor. That's not. I mean, yeah. I mean, what manager who got Leeds promoted? Whoever got Leeds promoted.
Bielsa.
After a few, he didn't get Leeds promoted, man.
Bielsa, yeah.
No,
that's a good shout, that Chris.
No, this season I'm talking about. Not Bielsa's been gone.
No, but this season was Falk.
Okay, so Falk can manage Man City if he wants to. Then is he qualified to manage Arsenal or Man City or even Newcastle United?
No, but by the same token, Pep's not qualified to manage a
that's
championship side and get them promoted.
Yeah. Well,
he's only ever Pep has only ever worked with
because he's the greatest. Because he's the greatest. That's why Ferguson managed only Man United at his peak, because he's the greatest. That's the greatest. It's like saying the best player.
Fergie took Man United from mid-table.
It took him 30 years, didn't it?
Mediocrity to what they became.
No, Man United was always Man United, though. Let's not lie to each other here. Man United was always Man United. And so it's the same thing as saying why Messi can't go play, Lionel Messi can't go play at Burnley and get him promoted if he's that great. That's a poor thing to say. So, but anyway, Glenn,
nobody's talking about players. We're talking about managers.
Glenn, I love your text, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
We got other people trying to call. All right, but call us again, buddy.
No worries, lads.
Be
nice talking to you, and enjoy the show.
Cheers, man. Thank you very much. That was Glenn Atkinson there. So call us now. Have yourself a lot of people trying to call. I see on my screen here 0191-916-8864. We got about 20 minutes left, so call us now. Have your say, ladies and gents. And there you go. A lot of people calling me. We love hearing your opinion. We want to hear people from the Toon, from all over the place. But obviously, it's a UK number. It is a Newcastle number. And funny enough, it may just be destiny. Everybody here more or less has a phone number. Wynn has a phone number. He just doesn't use it. But he has a phone number as well. And his phone number is registered as a Sunderland number. I laughed when I saw that. But it is that he's got a Macam number. You got a Macam number for the channel, man. You ain't got a clue, like I said. But regardless, your name is, I think it's Destiny anyway. You know, Mighty Wayne, he's a Macam. We'll just put the Macam number on there. And he is because when you get these numbers, you got to be registered to the Northeast. So
the 0191 is Newcastle, but it's also a Sunderland.
No, but
it's the Northeast.
But the registry says Sunderland. This one it says Newcastle. My phone number is the only thing that changes. I haven't got a
landline, so that's irrelevant.
But you do. You got a phone number in the channel. You just don't use it. But anyway, call us now, 0191-916-8864. Have your say. Win. You ain't got a clue, man. Just give us.
Talking about. I've got a mobile number.
I'm talking about on the channel, fool. I said you don't know it because I don't let you use it. But you got a phone number on the channel. Lord have mercy, man. This is unbelievable.
Proves that we're wangers.
Anyways, folks, Boki, you would have been.
Anybody who's trying to ring me on a landline will not get through because I ain't got a landline.
Wayne is so lost. He ain't got a clue, man. Anyway, folks, let's go with some comments here that are star before we get another call. Steely says, totally agree to Jordy. Total lack of creativity. Set pieces saving us this season. Need a total rebuild in the summer. Well, total rebuild is
set
quite
pieces
a thing.
Saving was set pieces cost.
That's never been the thing. Good morning. How are you, mate?
Hello, mate. It's a Toon Nut again.
Oh, Toon Nut in the hood. Good old Toon Nut, man.
How you doing?
We're doing all right, man.
Doing well. All the better for hearing your dulcet tones.
Oh my God! All the happy clappers now coming in.
Sorry. I just want to touch on what that Jamie was saying before. He was bang on about the atmosphere. Like, I can remember as a kid when everyone had to stand and the corner was mint. You had one bloke that used to go like an Indian voice. He used to go woo, and that would just set the whole crowd off going wild. It was absolutely mint back in the day. I remember that very well.
Geronimo. But Toon, what's your? Can I call you by your name, or is it? Let me just say Toon.
My name's Richie. My name's Richie.
Richie. So.
Aye.
But why does this conversation only come up after we lose or play badly?
I don't know, mate. I mean, to be fair, right? I am like the atmosphere when we were standing was just far superior. It's got nothing to do with winning or losing. Just it was much better back then. It really was. Ignore the losing part of it. Just back then, when everyone was standing, the downside though was people were getting crushed, you know. Especially like I was only young and I was like under the age of 10 or something in the like back in the day, you know, and they had like everyone got pushed whenever you scored, so it was kind of dangerous for a young like me when I was a young Ben. And they had these things like what looked like little mini goals that were concrete, and if you were standing amongst that, man, you got proper crushed off the adults behind you. So it was, I do get why they changed it, you know, but the atmosphere though was absolute class back then, though, compared to now.
But the Gallagate has those guards that, you know, is like for standing, if I'm not mistaken, right? Those what do you call those metal bars that, so they don't fall over, basically. I forgot.
Well, it's all theatre now, isn't it? That I can remember. It's all theatre. I mean, the last time I had my season ticket was under Ashley, and I was in the East Stand, and it was just nothing like it was years and years ago. To be honest with you, at all. Not even similar.
But the atmosphere, though, Tuna, has been. We can't hear you, Win. The atmosphere has been mint when we, you know, for the vast majority of the time. I understand that it's not the same. When I was there, I even mentioned it because I don't like extremisms. So I just pointing it out. Atmosphere wasn't as great as it was when I went there against Bournemouth, but we also played bad against Bournemouth. So you know, at that time, and the fans need to have some level of motivation as well, man. I mean, you know, they're not robots. So
no, definite. I totally get you. I mean, like, what I'm trying to say is like, if I would prefer them if they make a new new stadium. I would really like to see at least one side of it where you've got the option to stand. Obviously, make it more safer than it used to be. Didn't put them stupid blinking concrete posts in where people get crushed against. But you would see a massive difference in atmosphere. You really would.
But for example,
win or lose.
Right. No, I understand that. I understand that. But I still think that's very much the truth, by the way. I think Newcastle United fans are still much better than everyone else as far as that's concerned. But War Flags, who we speak highly of, War Flags essentially, just like any other team in the world that has a dedicated part, or I mean, we don't want ultras, but you get the point. They're supposed to kind of do ultra work in the sense that they bring the atmosphere and they bring the flags and they bring all of that. They're the ones that should be somewhat in charge of creating the atmosphere. War Flags wasn't there when Mac Ashley was there, but now they are. So why can't they be the ones? Because it's the same thing. We're calling for the level 7 to come back. They would be essentially a fire starter for the atmosphere. Why can't War Flags do the same? I mean, War Flag has to do more than just waving flags around, surely.
Yeah. I didn't. I just honestly believe that, like, people sitting down for whatever, I don't know why, but as soon as you sit down, I don't know what it is, but I don't know if you've just got a little bit more motivation when you're standing up or something, but there is definitely a shift in atmosphere when you're between sitting down and standing up. No ifs or buts about that at all.
Yeah. Well, I think the Gallagher end should all be standing area, just like any regular stadium, where, you know, the main side, like the yellow wall at Dortmund, you know, they're basically made for fans that are always standing, always shouting, and always motivating other what you call fans. So that should be that. But again, all these topics come up only when we play bad or lose, man. It's
no, well, that's fair enough. Like, it is fair enough, but I mean, you can't blame the crowd for being quiet when we're playing not so good and we're not winning it, or we're playing all the way to the blinking 90 odd minute, and then they score in last minute. You can understand why people atmosphere does go down, but I don't know. I genuinely believe that if they could do some form of standing, which I don't think they can do now because of all the seats and that, but in the new stadium it would be nice if they could try and do something like that,
Yeah. No, listen, they could do something about it. I'm just saying we got bigger fish to fry. I mean, you can do the atmosphere, you can do touches here and there, but if the team ain't playing good, man, when Ashley was there, I always say this because I know I watched the team in the Ashley era more in the Ashley era more than anything else. And the atmosphere was on and off, man. It wasn't like it was rocking every game either. So
that's true. I had a season ticket under Ashley. In fact, I gave mine up because of that prick. I hated him. So I highly resent him. I gave mine up, and now I can't get one again. But that's my own fault for giving it up. I'm only to blame for that.
Yeah, I mean, but so there was a lot of empty areas in the stadium at times. He had to make tickets extra cheap so people could go. So atmosphere fluctuates; it goes up and down, man. But I don't think that's the problem. But that's just my opinion anyway. But Toon, I appreciate you calling in, man. Appreciate it. Okay.
No worries, mate. I'll speak to you a bit, right? Take care.
All right, buddy. Take care, man. Take care. Toon out there giving us a call. Don't forget that you can call and have your say. Win is having audio problems, but he'll be back as soon as he can. Actually, I do want to go to this super chat here that we may have missed another one earlier on. We got to go. Oh, man, a lot of super chats here that we have missed. Apologies about all of that, but we are still here. Waza says, not only is it points a game, but also entertainment. You said that. Thank you, Toon, for reals, for becoming a member. Darren sends a super sticker, I believe, or a super chat from Australia. Was a question, did the City Cup parade, not the final, do a something? Oh, we read that one, I think. I was a proper crush doing Spurs in the Cup real bad. There you go. Wasa there says as well, Kenny, I need proper crush ribs as a hat crush. Man, now you got me there. I don't know what you're trying to say there. But thank you very much for the super chat, buddy. Thank you very much indeed. Call us now. We have about 8 minutes left on the show. A lot of people have been trying to call and have their say. 0191-916-8864. Have a call right now. Star comments. Want to miss a few. We have a lot of star comments, man. A lot of them. And we got more people calling in, though. That's the thing. But we got to answer the phone line. Welcome. Good morning. How are you? Well, actually, good afternoon now. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
We cannot hear you, Mr. 9167. Oh, I'm hear you now, I think. Hello.
Yeah, hi. Hi, Chris.
Hey.
Wayne, how you guys doing?
I'm doing great, man. How are you? What's your name?
First of all, I just want to say thank you and well done for the good job you guys are doing. I listen to you guys when I can.
Thank you.
You're the only channel that's on when when I'm free, so I get a chance to listen to you more often.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Where you
However,
from?
those two guys, your mates in Australia, those guys, they really wind me up seriously.
What was it? Korean?
Especially the baited one.
Yeah, the early one. So, where are you calling from, though? First of all.
Okay, I'm coming from from Nottingham.
Oh,
yeah,
lovely.
But I'm from London. But I live in
lovely.
Nottingham now. Yeah.
Nice. You're a Newcastle fan, I'm assuming?
Oh, 30 years.
30 years, man.
30
Lord have
years.
mercy. That's a job there. That's a job, man. Should be Lord have mercy.
Been through all the relegations and all.
Oh yeah, man. So what do you think of the current situation, mate? I mean, now that you're looking at it from, now after 48 hours now that we played, what do you think about the game? What do you think about the season? What do you think about it all?
All right. For the Burnley game, I feel we didn't play too bad. Yes. we got for me, the point matters right now. Sexy football can come later when everyone has settled down. Now, this is what I believe. Yeah. Walter Matter, I love that guy. Now, we've been looking at Walter Matter like over a year ago. Yes. And that was just a sign that Eddie was thinking about changing the style of play. And we're also looking at Wisa as well. How old is Wisa? What, 29, 28, 29?
29, I think.
The reason, I feel the reason getting a 29-year-old, the player like Wisa, then thinking about Walter Matter is to start changing the style of play. But unfortunately, Wisa got injured. Didn't give Eddie the time to, bring Wisa into the team and start changing the play. When I hear fans saying, "Oh, Eddie is not straightforward. He doesn't have other plans and all that," that is just rubbish talk. This is the plan all along to change the style of play, but he didn't get the opportunity because of Wisa's injury. So patience. Let's give him time. Yes, he will start showing, how he can change the game and how he can change his play. That's how I see it. And also, I think loads of Newcastle fans are feeling really, really entitled. Just because now we have mega rich owners doesn't put us in the same bracket as the cartel clubs. Not at all. We're beginning to think like them. That's why we expect it so much. We need to play sexy football. No, we don't have the players to do that. We don't have an attacking creative midfielder who can play with one player off front. We don't have that. So far, the season is not too bad. Like I said, in the last 4 games, we won 2, drawn 1, lost 1. That's not bad at all. That's not a bad return. You know what I mean? So fans just need to be patient. Eventually, we will get there again. We will get there. That's how I feel about it.
Do you? I mean, you talk about fans expecting too much. I mean, if they're telling you that we will need to win the Champions League and the Premier League, then they are expecting too much. But I think to say that we should be 4th, 5th, or 6th is not. Or do you think that?
No, that's.
Yeah. Go on.
That's good expectation. That's for the future. Yeah, if with our new CEO going the way they're going right now, eventually we will get there. But it will take time. PSR is really holding us back. Look at all the players we tried to get during the summer. We couldn't fight for those players. They either went to one of the cartel clubs or we couldn't afford their wages. So Eddie can't get us there as fast as the fans are expecting us to get there.
But
that includes beautiful football every weekend.
Well, the beautiful football thing, I'm not saying that. I don't. Whatever football the manager wants to play, as long as he does we do good and when we do what the manager wants and we actually get a result. I'm not a pragmatic person either, by the way, to say that we need to win with 2 own goals and as long as that happens, I don't care. No, I think the way you do things matter. But if the manager is being pragmatic and we are a counter team and that's what he wants to do and we get it done, then that's fine. But you talk about PSR. Aston Villa has PSR problems, and it's not holding them back to be, fighting for that Champions League spot right now. So, what's the excuse there?
Yes, they do. They do, but their fans don't have the same expectations like Newcastle fans.
You know they were whinging early this season. They wanted him out.
Yeah.
They wanted Emery out, but he turned things around.
Yeah,
never heard.
They were, but they don't have mega rich owners like us. That brings expectations. It changes the mindset of the fans. But while our fans are forgetting that, we can't spend all the money our owners have. We can't do that. But the expectations have gone up already. They can't change that mindset. They just expect it, But it's natural.
Emery.
That's just it is. It is natural. You know what I'm saying? And another thing that really annoys me, I watch a lot of, podcasts and all that. Not live, but when I get the chance. A lot of podcast hosts and their deputies think they know better than the manager who's getting paid to do the job. Yes, everyone has an opinion. Don't get me wrong. You see things from another point of view than someone who's actually right there on the pitch side. But that doesn't qualify all those people to think, I would do this, I would do that. No, then why aren't you doing the job? You know what I mean? Eddie's there with the players 24/7, every day, sees them every day of the week. So he knows what he says. And with his coaching staff, they decide on who to pick and how to go about it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You know, but when people are saying, oh, yeah, he should have done this, I would have done this. Nah, you would have done that, but you're not getting paid to do the job. You know what I mean? You know, that winds me up as well. But don't get me wrong, I criticize Eddie as well. There are things he's done I do not agree with at all. But I know you say he should not be learning right now. He's still learning, a lot of people say. But 4 years, he should not be learning that much. He should have known a lot of things. You know what I mean? But he's getting there. But also, come back to PSR. PSR is still holding Eddie back to change the way he plays, like I said, with Walter Mada and young Wisse, 27. Sorry? Go on.
Unai Emery has the same problem that Eddie's got, which is because he overachieved when he first went there, the expectation levels rose unrealistically, in my opinion.
Thank you very much, Wayne. I've said this to my mate because 2 finals, he overachieved. Now fans expect too much. Thank you, Wayne.
Yeah. We gotta go. We gotta call it there. But thank you very much for calling.
Oh, by the way, before you go, just to let you know who I am, this is Toon for Reals right here.
Oh, Toon for Reals, lovely, mate. Thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate that, bud. Appreciate that very much.
My pleasure. Nice talking to you.
Lovely guy. Call us again, all right, bud. Call us again, mate. We need you sick. Okay. See you later, bud. Folks, we gotta go. That was a lovely show with a lot of fans calling in, having their say. Thank you very much to Trolls we need a class keeper, not Trafford, in my opinion. Thank you for the 20 Norwegian krona.
North Korean krona.
North Korean krona. There you go. Appreciate all of you out there. Thank you very much indeed. All of the callers and every opinion, all welcome here on NUFC Talk. I do want to, I'll tell you what, I'll leave that one for later on tonight. This video I got, which made me laugh, by the way. But it's in Newcastle. It's something that happened in Newcastle. But anyway, folks, we'll be back again tonight, 7:30 p.m. UK, all the way into 11 p.m. UK. So join us for them. Thank you to all the callers, the super chatters. Appreciate you very much. Away the lads.
Away the lads.